There was a time long ago when women ruled with unparalleled power as warriors, queens, mothers of nations. And there is none among them more iconic than Cleopatra.
I would die for Egypt. What would you die for?
I am Isis. I am a god.
As long as she's alive, she is the pharaoh.
My father's will names me co-ruler of Egypt.
Julius Caesar is aware that Cleopatra is one of the best educated women in the Mediterranean.
He wants to be king to Cleopatra's queen.
There is no future without the past. She was using these relationships.
I think one of the craziest things that you have has been going on in recent history is this desire for equality and, for, I don't know, like, questioning the man. But one thing that's been missed with all this is that we're starting to rewrite history and it's starting to make no sense, right? Moving forward, it's like, as humans, we've reached a limitation to it, but we cannot create new. So what we do now is change the past in order for it to fit into a certain narrative. Now, I'm not one here to sit down and tell you that I know the history of Queen Cleopatra or her relevance or her importance. For me, I just feel like this has been an overreach in terms of how, when we look at Egypt and the desire of black people to be associated with history and for us to be told, for our history to be told in a particular manner. Now, I will not be able to tell you whether Queen Cleopatra was black or white, but what I can tell you is, from what I've heard and from what I've researched, is she came from Greece, so she has Greek history, making her white, the desire of making her black because of Africa. I think that there's a big question mark that has to be placed in terms of when we look now at people in North Africa, right? They fairly look more white than they look like me. Which is a big question of, okay, were the Arab states there before or did the Arabs come in and then the people who were in North Africa were pushed downwards? What did they look like? And I think one of the challenges that we have is until we design time traveling machines and we can go back in history and actually see, such things create controversy for no reason. Beautiful stories that could be told in a very beautiful way in order to educate the people get lost. The idea that Julius Caesar's kids were mixed is like, come on, what are we doing? Do you want us to take your documentary seriously, or is it just a parody of political afflictions? I do not know.
With Mark Antony to protect herself and her country.
There is no Rome without Egypt.
Cleopatra was trying to save the country that she loved from destruction.
I did what I had to do to protect what is mine.
This is a woman exercising power.
Cleopatra was a Ptolemaic ruler. The very first Ptolemy is a general of Alexander the Great.
It's possible that she was an Egyptian.
I imagine her to have curly hair like me and a similar skin color.
I remember my grandmother saying to me, I don't care what they tell you in school, Cleopatra was black.
She has become an icon.
I am a god, queen of kings.
Her story resonates with every woman.
See, this is where I have most challenges with it, because when you look at Africa and when you look at African history, they're powerful women, like powerful black women. Coming from my country, Zimbabwe, we had powerful queens, like, before colonization and stuff like that. We had a lady who ran what is known as the Rosary State, whereby what she used to do was she would take upon people, like her punishment. She would skin you alive. I don't think that's ever been done by anybody, but that's just how crazy and demented that she was and powerful that she was in order to be taken seriously, right? If you've probably heard of guys like Shaka Zulu, his mom was ferocious. And those are stories that need to be told because those are beautiful stories. These stories whereby we need to shift the narrative and create controversy to get views, for me, I feel, dilute and miss the point of what we're trying to say. Black women are powerful. Black women are amazing. Black women are this. But in order to do that, we need to tell truth to power, right? Otherwise, what we're just starting to create is a parody. So I don't know what Jada Pinkett spit, because I don't want to get slapped. and people were thinking when they were coming up with this. But what I feel like is when you look at the great continent of Africa, there's more beautiful stories that you can tell. And rather than trying to create controversial stuff, it's create stories that allow people and make people want to watch for the sake of it. Great. We'll see what this Cleopatra is. I'm probably not going to watch it. But all I can say is, yeah, you've created the headlines you've been seeing. It's just going to be another one of those. Yeah, it came out. People talk about it. It was backlash. And then after another week, some other headline was going to pop up and people are going to move on. Because that's just what this is. There's no substance to what people are creating nowadays, which is a big problem. With that said, let me know in the comment section what you think. Is this controversial? Was Cleopatra black? Doesn't matter, really. It's story world. Nothing is really real. It's all imagination. So, meh.